Mystery writers, welcome to Write a Killer Mystery. I'm Zara Altair, mystery writer and writing coach. So, today, this is a public service announcement. Stop being an aspiring writer. Okay, first, I want to thank my supporters on Patreon who help with this series and also support my writing. And if you'd like to support me on Patreon, there's a link in the description below. Okay, so let's talk about calling yourself an aspiring writer. If you're writing, you're a writer. You may be aspiring to be paid for your writing or to be published, but you are writing. Aspiring means you haven't started writing yet. You haven't put words down on pen or paper or put them in your device, your computer. Aspiring means you have yet to start. So, you either write or you don't. The worst part about calling yourself an aspiring writer when you are a writer is you undercut how you talk about yourself. And that talking reflects how you think about yourself. If you're thinking aspiring writer, it's time to change your thinking. You're keeping yourself powerless. Okay, first, if you really are an aspiring writer, aspire no more. If you want to be a writer and aren't writing, start writing. That's the only way to be a writer. Build that writing habit into your life. You can't aspire to those other goals like getting published or writing a book until you write. So just write, all right? And then you'll stop being an aspiring writer. Now, if you call yourself an aspiring writer but aren't, if you're writing, it's time to change your mindset and call yourself a writer. Calling yourself aspiring is negative self-talk, and it comes from doubt and fear. So let's talk about dealing with that doubt and fear so it'll be easier to stop calling yourself an aspiring writer. Self-doubt is the number one writer fear. Blame it on your amygdala in your brain. It's part of your body's alarm system. It's located at the root of your brain, and the I can't even say it today. The amygdala does everything it can automatically to keep you safe. If there's risk, the amygdala sends out signals to keep your body safe. And creativity is risk. So fear will happen. You'll get fear signals of all kinds, like my writing sucks. That just out of college and read 10 books editor who rewrote everything was right, my writing sucks. My mom, sister, uncle, spouse, best friend hates it. No one will like it. I should quit now. You are a writer. You know what the fears are. They don't go away. So if you are a beginning writer, know that these fears are going to pop up. The key is to recognize those fears and calm them down. So a lot of this is like what's known as imposter syndrome. It's a term for a belief that you are not as competent as others think you are, and you fear that at any moment someone will point you out as a phony. Besides self-doubt, some of the common imposter syndrome Symptoms are an inability to realistically assess your competence and skills, attributing your success to external factors like you had nothing to do with it, berating your performance, fear that you won't live up to expectations, overachieving, sabotaging your own success. Any of those ring a bell? I know when I get to the end of a book, it's like they all pop up. So you're not alone, believe me. You can set challenging goals like a high word count per day and feel disappointed when you fall short. Or you may over-prepare doing endless research to make sure nobody finds out that you are a fraud. Think of it this way. If you feel like an imposter, you have some degree of success. So focus on your accomplishments. Write down those accomplishments. It'll help. And then, of course, there's fear of rejection. This is especially true for those of us who are authors. It's a big writer fear is rejection. Just about anyone can trigger rejection fear. You can find yourself in a shutdown of getting your work out, or even for help from professionals like editors, like it's not even good enough to send to an editor. So you can end up not sharing your work, even bits of it, with other people like other writers or editors or agents or your readers on your email list. You just like, ooh, it's so bad. I'm going to shoot myself in the foot if I share it. So bad reactions happen. I have writer friends who have received devastating comments from editors who didn't understand their genre, or terse rejection letters from agents. And they found other editors and they found publishers. And their books were a success. So, first of all, believe in your work. Believe in the writing that you do. So let's talk about some ways to change all that fear that keeps you thinking of yourself as an aspiring writer. Self-doubt comes from deep-seated beliefs. So the easiest way to start overcoming those deep-seated beliefs that you aren't worthy is to take repeated small steps to build trust in yourself. So practice building confidence confidently. Okay, share your feelings. Tell a friend or writing buddy. Irrational thoughts fester when you keep them to yourself. I mean, just tell a friend, oh man, I'm having a really bad day. It feels like all my writing sucks. Just get it out there, okay? Also, focus on others. When you help and support others with similar feelings, like other authors, you will build confidence in your feelings. And assess your skills. Write down your accomplishments. I mentioned that earlier, but write them down. Keep a list of all your writing accomplishments, because what's going to happen is you're going to surprise yourself when your knowledge and expertise don't match that fearful self-assessment. Oh my gosh, I did this, I did that. I've written 3 books, and hey, write down your accomplishments, okay? Take baby steps. Positive actions accumulate over time. So reward yourself for taking action. I did it once and it didn't work, won't get you very far. But if you did it once and then again, and you add up all those onces. So my daughter used to say when she was little, how many ones is that, Mommy? Just keep taking those baby steps because they do add up. Write down every accomplishment. I exceeded my word count today, or whatever accomplishment it is, write it down, pat yourself on the back. That is a little success. That is a baby step. Those are the baby steps that add up to your positive thoughts about yourself. Okay, here's a big one. Stop comparing. The more you write, the better your writing becomes. So don't compare yourself to other writers. Compare yourself to the writing that you did before. Compare it to last year. Acknowledge how your writing has grown. Oh, so this is another one of those accomplishments that you can write down, okay? The other thing is to stop fighting the feelings. If you're always feeling like you're doing this with those negative feelings, they're going to batter on you more than once. When you can acknowledge the feelings, you can take steps to ameliorate their power. So one of the things I do, I don't know if this will help you or not, but it does help me, is, when those bad feelings come up, I'm like, oh, there you are again, but hey, I'm not going to listen. I say that. I say that to that bad feeling. It's like, nope, used to listen to you before, but not anymore. I just, just say those things. They really help. So find other writers. A writing community is so supportive. It's just so wonderfully supportive because every other writer understands what those feelings are and what you're going through, and because they have them themselves. Start to find a mutually supportive group. If you find a local writers group, I suggest finding one with fewer than 10 people, and make certain they are sympathetic, simpatico with you, your personality, your style. Searching for a group can take time. My Fabulous Writers group took a year to form, but we just clung to our beliefs of what we wanted in a writers group, and all of a sudden we were a group. We started out as 3 and we got to 4, and it's perfect because everybody gets to read. Each time we meet, everybody gets to read. They get feedback from all the other people. There's time, it's relaxing, and it builds confidence. Just remember, the people in the group are also writers, and they have the same fears you do. So every writer has fears. Just know that. You can use social media to find other writers, and there are online writer groups. Facebook has groups for writers and writers in specific genres. So just make sure you're in a group with clear guidelines. Most group moderators provide those guidelines so you'll know whether it's going to be a fit for you or not. Okay, and of course the most important thing is to keep writing. Author and writing coach Joanna Penn calls working on your work the palate cleanser. So get a taste of those fears out and work to find your writer voice by continuing to write. She talks about this in the Successful Author Mindset in a podcast, and I'll put the link to that in the description below. It's a great talk, so bookmark it so you can listen whenever those fears pop up. Most of all, just know that those doubts are going to creep in. They're going to pop up. They're going to pop up unexpectedly, and they never go away. It's not like you're going to conquer them and they're going to go away. So you learn to keep your mindset positive, keep writing, keep acknowledging your accomplishments, and you'll work to minimize that fear. The best antidote to writer fear is determination. Just be stubborn about it, okay? So, self doubt manifests as self censorship. So, one of the best ways to calm your fear is to keep writing until you find your voice. And that unique voice, it's that unique voice that makes the reader like what you write. All right? Those are the readers that resonate with your work. Those are the ones you care about. The readers that don't resonate with your work, don't worry about them. You want the readers who resonate with your work. So, stop calling yourself an aspiring writer. Keep writing. Don't get thrown off the track. Focus on your current project and your long-term writing goals, and stop calling yourself an aspiring writer. You are a writer. All right, say it out loud. I am a writer. Okay, that's it for today. I hope this helps. Um, I'd love to hear your comments about how you um, keep away those doubts and fears that pop up for all of us who are writers. Thank you for being here. And if you like this video, please subscribe and don't forget to click that little notification bell so you won't miss another episode of Write a Killer Mystery.